This video is brought to you by Sporlan, quality, integrity, and tradition. It has been a long week. Today might be the hottest day, and go figure, I'm heading out to the Coachella Valley, which is our low desert, and it's insanely hot. So let's get out there and hope we don't melt on the roof, huh? Well, we've got a little package unit here. I bet you this is, yeah, this looks like a 5-ton. And they're saying it's not working. Now, some back history. I had a service technician out here about 2 months ago, and they had blown fuses. And we're gonna open this up because I haven't seen this unit, but my understanding was he found the contactor wires had shorted out. I think he said something arc to ground, like it was just a burnt out mess in there. So we replaced that, and then it's been running, and then they just put in another work order saying it's a callback, it's down again. So who knows? Let's open this up. I doubt it's a callback, but we'll see. So it looks like this is the contactor that was replaced. It's probably like a blower motor contactor or something, but look at this unit just being out in the desert. The sand everywhere is just a mess. So let's wait a minute, what is that? Because there's that contactor and then there's an auxiliary contact. Usually auxiliary contacts go to crankcase heaters. That's interesting. Well, first and foremost, let's check to see if the fuses are blown. I already see a lot of things about this unit that I don't like. This thing's a giant mess. Let's test right here. So that's line voltage coming in, so that means the breaker's not tripped. And let's go ahead and check load voltage going out. It's not going out. That is very loose, by the way. Look at the discoloration on the disconnect knives. It's not making a good connection. So this is extremely loose. When I pulled it out, you could feel it. And look at the discoloration difference. So right off the bat, I don't like that disconnect switch, and I don't think it's making a good connection. So that's problem number one. But there's a lot of other stuff going on with this old piece of junk unit too. All right, got the meter set to tone. Okay, we're just checking to see if the fuses are good. That one's bad. That one's good. So this fuse is bad. All right, let's finish checking the unit out. It is gonna be stupid hot today. Another thing, well, first off, it is 100 degrees and it is 7:53 in the morning. I guarantee we're gonna hit 115 plus today. So next thing I do find comical is that this unit's never had gas heat hooked up to it. It's the gas valve. It's never been hooked up. This unit was sold way before I started doing this restaurant. And yeah, they don't need it. I mean, really, just put a straight cool in here. But all right, so I'm gonna go get my air blower. We're gonna blow this out, do a preliminary investigation, open up everything, just look for any reasons why a fuse might blow. It's nasty. So one thing I already see right off the bat is these condenser fan motor wires. When people use universal condenser fan motors, these wires are broken, completely broken, and I can see wire through the broken insulation. So there's so many places that could be a short. I mean, there's so many things on these units. They're just junk. Like, they really need to change this unit. It's in bad shape. So I don't even know if you can get one at this point right now, but I could take a 5-ton York straight cool right here. Same curved dimensions. I believe they still make this same unit, so All right, quick inspection says that Copeland compressor needs a 80 microfarad 370 run capacitor. This has a turbo capacitor in it. The capacitor's reading about 75 microfarads, so it's just a little bit more than 5% low. So that's suspect, right? But that's not completely bad. So we're just gonna keep on going, doing a little inspection of the compressor terminals. I mean, it doesn't look horrible. There's a little black stuff in there, but I don't think that's anything. I don't really see any issues there, but there is some rust around the connectors. You know, certainly the wires in here are just a mess everywhere. It's just, this unit is just trashed. You can see multiple repairs. Like, it really is time to replace this unit. But I got to do something to see if I can get them cooling. But we're going to still keep checking. We're going to open up this contactor, open this guy up. We still got to open up the blower side. But I mean, look at everything. Like wires, you know. Ground is not labeled, but whatever. I mean, everything is just a mess in here. There's no power. Yeah, this thing is just a dumpster fire, really. The run capacitor for the condenser fan motor doesn't look good. It looks a little crooked right there, like it's starting to swell out or something. But it's right within range. It says minus 5%, and we're just above the 5%, but that definitely doesn't look good. So again, it's just, I mean, where do you start and where do you stop on this? I mean, right now I'd like to change both those capacitors, but is that going to solve the problem? I don't know. You know, so we're just going to keep on going and just get a running list of things. It's going to be hard, but the compressor contactor has some pitting going on this terminal and this terminal. It's a little black below the contact points. I've seen a lot worse. It's not enough to say that that's the sole problem. So that's getting added to the list. Crankcase, you can't investigate these, so I have no idea what's going on in here. I mean, you can check for resistance across it when it's pulled in or something, but I mean, everything's probably full of sand. This blower motor capacitor is a 15. It's reading just under 14, which is more than 5% loss. I mean, where do you, this whole thing is just filthy, this unit. You can tell this was added to the building after the fact, because the inside in here is just a mess. Blower wheels dirty. There's not much you can do to prevent dirty blower wheels here, though. I mean, this thing's just a giant dumpster fire. I mean, there could be something going on in here that I can't see. That's where all the electrical is. I mean, this thing is just a mess. All right, let's run an insulation test on the compressor. We're gonna do it at 500 volts. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Testing really low. Really, really low. Yeah, that's testing really, really low. So that's not a good sign. I mean, it's just, again, where do you stop? Compressor's testing low. Capacitors are messed up. Let's test the motor, condenser fan motor. It would be a miracle if this condenser fan motor tested good because of all the broken insulation, but let's go ahead and run a test on this at 500 volts too. Wow. The condenser fan motor is testing good, greater than 550 mega ohms at 527 volts. Go figure on that one, right? And another thing too, insulation tests on compressors, you gotta be careful because there's a lot of variables that can affect an insulation test. The temperature of the internals of the compressor is a huge factor. Moisture contamination is a huge factor. You can see incorrect readings when the compressor's really cold. You want to kind of test it as it's operating. Now, I'm actually out in the desert. It's over 100 degrees. That compressor is probably 140 degrees. It's currently 103 degrees right now. So that compressor's hot. But so I'm not worried about that. I think we got a lot of stuff going on here. I'm currently calling the supply house, seeing if we can find a new package unit. More than likely what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is go ahead and get all new capacitors and tape up the wires on the condenser fan motor, you know, where you reverse the speeds and stuff. I'll tape all that stuff up, and we're gonna try to fire this guy and see if we can get it to run maybe through the weekend. We got a 3-day weekend right now, and if I can get him through the weekend, that would be fantastic. Let's see. Went ahead and got new capacitors. I tried to manipulate this guy, so hopefully it makes a better connection. I'm not gonna go about changing the disconnect right now. Put a new capacitor on the blower too. Let's hope it doesn't blow up, huh? 1, 2, 3, please don't blow up. And let's get the meter out and check voltage. See if we've got actual voltage coming in. So we've got voltage coming in now, and we're just waiting on the thermostat to give it a call for cooling. All right, it is running. I had to call the EMS company, turn the unit to a full call for cool. Let's just see what we're running as far as current goes right now. 30 amps, doesn't seem abnormal. Compressor, running about 20 amps. Doesn't seem horrible. It's about 108 up here now, and mind you, it's only 9:30 in the morning. It's nuts how hot it gets out here. We got a 46 supply, and the return's gonna be like 30 degrees. This guy has some undersized duct work, so. But I know this guy's working. It's doing everything it can. So at this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to the customer. I'm gonna try to get a new unit if I can. Again, it's really hard to find units, but this is a residential style. It's not a commercial. We've been having a heck of a time finding commercial units. But this is a residential. I could either take, I mean, really, I guess I could even do heat pump if I needed to. I prefer not to, though, because they're going to have to update the electrical if I do a heat pump, more than likely. I mean, I could take a straight cool. I could take a gas heat and just not hook it up again. I mean, really, this customer probably doesn't care. They just want cooling. So this is an older 5-ton York. I mean, it's doing everything it can. We, you know, got a laundry list of issues. It's just junk. 73 degree return. So yeah, little around 30 degree temperature differential across the unit. Certainly needs a lot of love, but that's all we're going to give it for now until we decide where to go. Let's hope it makes it through the weekend, basically. You know, something's going on in that compressor. I mean, just everything. This unit's just trash. I can only do so much with equipment that is just done. I can certainly put a new compressor in it, pull the blower, change the condenser fan motor, you know, but at what point do you just stop? This is an old R22 unit. It's just not in good shape, you know? I mean, it really, really is just beat down. So it's really time to replace this equipment. I'm currently working with the customer, trying to get them to approve a replacement on this unit, but unfortunately, replacement is not going to be the easiest of tasks because it was never installed and set up properly from the get-go. So the ductwork is undersized. It doesn't have a true return. Like, it's just a giant dumpster fire. So who knows what's going to happen? Are we going to make it through the summer? You know, I don't know. You know, it's just one of those things. So we'll just have to wait and see. But of course, you always want to take your time, go through the equipment, even if it's a lost cause. Come up with a true list of problems. I'm not just going, oh yeah, the compressor's testing bad. I mean, you know, we're going through everything. We're pointing out that the condenser fan motor wires are completely sun rotted. It's time to replace that. You know, we need to fix electrical wiring. We need a new disconnect switch on it. In reality, we you know, that main compressor contactor, even though it wasn't in horrible shape, probably should change that. And then put a compressor, new R22, you know, it's just like, but, you know, is that unit really worth, you know, $8,000 worth of work? No, not really. But then again, with the price of new units these days, it's kind of sickening. So who knows, you know, but all I can do is give the customer the information. I'm not going to them saying I absolutely flat out will not repair this unit. I would repair it if they want me to. Heck yeah. I'd probably make more money off of repairing it than I would installing a new unit. So I'm totally willing to fix it if that's what they want to do. It's just a matter of them figuring it out, you know, what's worth it. So I give them a replacement cost and I give them a repair cost, and then I let them make the decisions on that. You know, it's completely up to them. It's still working. you know? So at this point, you know, they have to make the decision. Where do they want to go? You know, I really appreciate you guys making it to the end of the video. You know, it's really, really awesome to see all the comments. So if you haven't left one, if you don't normally leave comments, do me a favor, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. It helps with the channel. You know, it's just cool for me to get in there and actually look and see people commenting on the videos. I try my best just to kind of show you guys the inner workings of my brain. I know it's a little peculiar. I know it's different, but you know, I am who I am, right? It is what it is. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, there's a couple different ways you can do so. The easiest way is simply just watch my videos from beginning to end. That really is the easiest way. TrueTechTools.com, if you're interested in purchasing any tools, go to their website, check out what they have. I have an offer code, big picture, one word. At checkout, you can use that, and on almost all the items on their website, you'll get an 8% discount. Now, there's a few things it doesn't apply to, but majority of them, you can get that 8% discount. And when you do that, I actually get a small commission. So that's a cool way to help support the channel. You can also support the channel via PayPal, Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. There's links in the show notes for all of those. Last but not least, my website, HVACRvideos.com. We have hats and merchandise available. We have new hat designs. We have a flat bill, a dad relax fit hat, and then the standard dry fit hat that I'm wearing right now with a curved bill. So just check it out. Lots of great stuff on there. I really do appreciate you all, and we will catch you on the next one.